evening, gamers, and welcome back to Hellstormwargaming. My name is Mikey. You are amazing. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to my stream. I stream every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and today's Monday, which means we're going to be talking about all about the drama that's been happening over the weekend. Oh, lack of drama. And I might have accidentally got myself into some bother. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, my name is Mikey, and if you are watching live, say hello, and if you're watching this back, thanks so much. If you fancy it, timestamp when things happen, so other people can catch up when I have a 2-hour stream, and it's all broken up and no one knows what's going on. But thank you so much for tuning in. Again, welcome to the stream. I've got a little bit of drama to go over, and then also the wider world drama. The wider world drama, exactly. What has he done now? Well, we'll find out. Bought too many Grey Knights. It's not actually that I bought too many Grey Knights. I don't actually have enough, but there we go. There's better be more clickbait than your short today. That was an accurate title and very useful. Very disappointed. I know. I put out a short today, and I'm like, this is a hack to paint gold. And it actually was a hack to paint gold. It was crazy. I think he fell asleep stuck on the bog. Probably. Must have been. Must have been. So sorry. So sorry. I was having a lovely tea made by my loving girlfriend, but we was having some nice soup, and then I realised it was 7, and I was like, oh, actually, I should probably go start. Maybe Blaze, look at his face, the thumbnail was, he ate a Grey Knight baby carrier whole and realised he had to shit it out again. I did, exactly. Later again. You want me to be later? I can do that. Mikey Baker to do the work for him. Which work am I making you do? Got myself into bother like Winnie the Pooh. It's actually exactly the same. Hello, bozo. No, you're a bozo. You're a bozo. Well, I hope you're all doing well. I'm going to open this because my curtain is flying everywhere. It's getting very annoying. But I've actually been really busy. I want to show you. Obviously, this print has been sat behind me. I really need to finish it. Finish making the video. This is what I've been doing today. Right. Sneak peek for you early birds. What do you reckon? It could work. I think it could work. It makes my head look massive. I think it could work. This isn't a very good example. This is actually a fail. But I think it could be good. You know? You get another one. Brother. Who knows what could happen? Who knows what could happen? Good tip on the Nasdaq yellow. Well, I'm glad. I hope it was helpful. I'm glad. You are indeed a hack. I am a hack, yeah. True. All-Star Grand Champion prize. That'd be cool. Or I could just keep it for myself. Who knows? But that would be cool. It would be very cool, yeah. It'd be cool if it was like a helmet to win. That was cool. Thanks, man. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. It's that's what I'm testing this printer with. But the problem is it's very expensive when you have a fail, and this fail cost me 25 quid. So it's a bit brutal. So if you haven't considered it, you should definitely become a member, because you're trying to hit 10 members every single stream. And if I do hit 10 members, I'll give something away. I'll find something off my shelf, and we'll give it away. But yeah, so I've been getting myself into drama. I was like, there's a little bit of drama on Twitter last week, which I don't really want to go into too much, but basically I promoted an event I didn't know much about and then realised it was pretty sketchy. And then I got into some drama with one of the moderators. That's the problem we've got today. Get Georgie to wear it, post it on the internet, and watch all the trolls explode. Female Space Marine! Female Space Marine! Yeah, we could do that. Georgie cosplaying a Space Marine, that'd be fun. But what's going on? What's going on with the old internet? I know there's things that are starting to leak. The Games Workshop have showed off some Space Marine rules. Games Workshop showed off some Space Marine rules. Shall we look at those first to start us off, to kick us off? At least it wasn't 16-year-old girls being driven to you by corporation. I imagine that's a Russell Brand reference. I haven't been keeping up too much. Just know he's a bit of a prick. But we do that anyway. We need that anyway, right? Hey, Joe, thank you so much for starting us off. Thank you so much, Joe, for starting us off with the novitiate adblock guilt-free. You've joined, become a member for as little as £2 a month, which anyone else can do. You get to join our Discord, !Discord in chat to get a link, or there's a link down in the description. Excuse me. If you are already a member, you can let someone else join our Discord for £5 a month. By gifting a membership, you can give them a membership. They get to join for free. You get to laugh at them for being a freeloader. You get to say, haha, poor, because they had to get a gifted membership to join. It's very fun, so consider it if you haven't already. A bit of a prick, yeah, just a little bit. We knew that beforehand, and now he's a major prick. Mikey, it's not me. I just report the drama. Also, Mikey, maybe I'm the drama this week. Maybe I am the drama this week. But they've shown off some Space Marine rules, chat. And I don't know if you know, but I'm quite the Space Marine player. Okay? I'm quite the Space Marine player. And they've given off... they've shown off some updates. First, a major update. Matt Byro, there's the major update. Thank you so much to 5 gifted, Matt. Jimmy, Dorian, Walt Spider, Ian, and Wolfgar, you're a big fat freeloader. Haha, poor. Say haha, poor in chat. Haha, freeloader. Haha, freeloader. Matt, thank you so much for gifting those 5 memberships. To those 5 freeloaders, call them poor, say whatever you like. You're fine. You are clearly more dominating than they are. Mikey Steelers Space Marine net list. I am. But Matthew, thank you so much, mate. Look at that, we're already over halfway. Already over halfway. Appreciate it, mate. And Decknell as well with the 2 months. 2 months of voluntarily being a member, allegedly. Allegedly is the key word. Allegedly, I bullied you into it, and then you realised it was worth it, you know? I made Decknell's life better. He only had to listen to me, okay? He just had to listen. And then when he listened, he realised, wow, my life's so much better now I'm in this Discord that costs £1.99 a month to join. Actually, it's free to join, but it's way better if you pay the money. But you may know that I'm a Space Marine player. I'm quite the Space Marine player. I'm very famous for playing Space Marines. Going to Atlanta for playing Space Marines, chat. Okay. However, they nerfed my Death Watch list, and then people had the audacity to say that I'm a shit player, even though I won a 6-round event, won a golden ticket, multiple trophies, won from playing Space Marines. Every trophy on that shelf is Space Marine related. I played Death Watch, they're Space Marines. I played Iron Hands, they're Space Marines. I entered... I played Iron Hands again from that trophy, and also the painting trophy was one of my Space Marines. Whew. Did you know? I don't know if you knew, but I play Space Marines quite a bit. I'm quite good at them. But Games Workshop ruined my list. They destroyed my list because I wrote it with my fingers. They've destroyed Death Watch veterans. They destroyed any unit with Death Watch, and they killed Desolator Marines. And now they're taking away Oath of Moment. It's like they want me to be shit. They want me to be shit, clearly. They're like, that Mikey is too powerful. They're so salty because I was like, I'm going to win that golden ticket and you guys are paying for me to go on holiday, even though you hate me. And now I'm reaping the rewards. I've got the holiday and now this is what else I get, you know? They give with one hand and stab with the other. And they stab Oath of Moment because it is going to be reroll hits exclusively, not reroll wounds. Ugh. So annoying. It's so annoying. Why do they keep doing this to me? I said that game was fun. I said that game was fun. Thanks to the team popcorn. Thanks, mate. Appreciate you. And now there's no, for some reason, there's no text-to-speech working there. Mikey versus Games Workshop on US soil. It's going to have to be. I'm going to have to bring out the big guns. I have to bring them out. Because clearly I'm way too powerful with the rules that they wrote that I broke before the game came out. And they're just like, you know what? Let's get back at him, you know? Here's no rules. We'll take all the rules away so you can't break any. And I'm just like... Anyway, they said that they're only gonna re-roll hits rather than hits and wounds, which is very shit. Unless the Space Marine Cadets comes down in like 50% in points, they are gonna like crash even harder below the win rate than they already are. That's what they do in Combat Patrol. That is what they do in Combat Patrol. There are only real hits, but that's a very small game. Mikey ruined it for everyone else again. No, Games Workshop ruined it for me, and everyone else was collateral. Okay.
Hi, I'm Stu from the Warhammer Studio, and I'm here to talk about the brand new Space Marine Codex that's coming soon.
There's the full screen, alright? Oh, it's going to be full screen.
So there's a new exciting Space Marine Codex. It's a...
Oh. Cool. They won't even let me watch the update. They won't even let me watch the update. They won't even let me find out.
Hi, I'm Stu from the Warhammer Studio, and I'm here to talk about the brand new Space Marine Codex that's coming soon. So there's a new exciting Space Marine Codex. It's a beast of a book. As always, the Space Marine Codex is one of the biggest ones that we do, and it also supports all of the different first founding chapters, such as the Blood Angels, the Dark Angels, in concert with their index.
In concert with their index, which is interesting. So it probably tells me that the Dark Angel players and stuff will be able to use the detachments from the Space Marine book. And I think it will be like Codex Supplement, Index Supplement, essentially what they're getting at, I think. It's like you use the Dark Angel, like you have like Gladius Force and Task Force now, and people like kind of sometimes play that. You'll probably be able to play your Dark Angels as one of these new detachments that they've started to talk about, which opens up some very interesting shenanigans, I'm sure, potentially. We'll see, I'm sure.
From this Space Marine Codex to ones from the past is the way that we've attached the detachments in the rules section.
Gladius Task Force. We already know this one, don't we?
Loads of those have echoes of either the kind of chapter structure, so like the first company, the
Mike even broke the website, I did.
Or maybe they lean into different play styles from the different famous chapters.
All right, detachment rule. Shield of the Imperium for the Anvil Siege Force. First off, we have Indomitable Fury. Gravis model only. The first time the barrier is destroyed, roll a d6 on a 2+. Get back up with full wounds remaining with a Gravis model. That's quite sick. That ain't bad. Especially on a Biologist. If it kills something, he's OC8. Someone tries to take him down. He's like, now I'm getting back up or 2 up. Lol.
Force, which is a great way of representing.
What else we got? Ranged weapons with the Astartes models. When you already have the heavy ability, if such a model has this ability, each time attack is made with that weapon, if the attacking... I'm sure it'll tell us in a minute.
Really cool things in the new codex. There's some amazing new artwork. It's a particularly great one of a dreadnought arming ceremony.
Triple whirlwind. Triple whirlwind could be funny. What happens when they're already heavy?
These like mini quests that you can do called Oathsworn campaigns, where you can take your Space Marine force on a crusade, as well as a great new combat patrol section, including some painting guides that really get you started on your first combat patrol. So I have a couple of favourite stratagems. Probably the top one though is called Burning Vengeance.
Burning Vengeance for the Firestorm Assault Force. 1 CP. Battle Tactic means you can use it for free, but it also means you can have it vectored. Your opponent's shooting phase just after an enemy uses all of its attacks. 1 transport unit from your that was selected as the target. 1 unit embarked with that transport can disembark and then shoot as if it were a shooting phase, but can target. That's pretty fun. That's pretty fun. Imagine targeting like a Land Raider full of Eradicators. The Eradicators just pop out and go, surprise, bitch! You know? That'd be fun. That'd be fun. You know? What else? Aggressors, maybe. That'd be funny. Just wait until they nerf things by slapping bolt weapon only addendum 2 days after release. Yeah, literally.
And it's from the Firestorm Assault detachment. And this stratagem effectively lets you get out of a transport when someone shoots at it and shoot back in their turn. So everyone has their own favourite chapter. I'm a little bit biased to have my own chapter called the Ironhawks. They're probably the best. If I had to pick another one, I'd probably go for the Imperial Fists, or maybe the Iron Hands, maybe the salamanders. There's just loads to choose from, aren't there?
Very scripted, but that's fine. Wow, I love salamanders. Me too. Me too, Steve. Anyway, let's look at the new detachment. Start with the first company task force. Once per battle in your command phase, you can use this ability. If you do, until the start of your next command phase, each time a model in your army with the Oath of Moment ability makes attack that targets your Oath of Moment target, you can reroll the win. So the entire detachment rule, not even detachment rule, the army rule is reroll hits and wounds. They take that away and then make it a detachment rule that's once per battle. Oh, everyone was like, 7 detachments? 7 detachments? What? What is this? This should be the Oath of Moment. If you want to nerf it, make the reroll wounds once per game. But now we'll make it a specific detachment. Okay. Okay. Oh dear. Yeah, that's what's it for? Shiny 2, Terminators, Stern Guard veterans, Blade Guard veterans, and Vanguard veterans. So it's all the first company stuff. So it's all the veterans of the army. And then you'll never use it. That's a shame. Through the 4 enhancements like Iron Resolve, which gives the characters 5+ feel no pain. Allow a model to extend its own boost to an entire squad once per game. The bearer has a 5+ feel no pain once per battle. After the bearer unit has been selected as a target of 1 or more attacks, the bearer can use this enhancement. If it does so until the end of the phase, models in that bearer's unit have a 5+ feel no pain ability. That's not a bad enhancement. You're not going to be using this detachment, but that's not a bad enhancement. Especially on like a brick of Terminator. It's like a Terminator chat plane with 10 dudes with him, giving all +1 to wound. 4+ feel no pain against mortal wounds. Now also being able to trigger 5+ feel no pain for the phase, which is quite nice. Legendary Fortitude, again a battle tactic. Your opponent's charge phase just after an enemy unit ends a charge move. Select a Terminator, Blade Guard, Stern Guard, or Vanguard veteran, all like first company. Until the end of the turn, each time attack is allocated to that model, your unit subtract 1 from the damage characteristic. That's a very good stratagem. That's actually a really good stratagem. So I think this was printed 6 months ago, so they always plan to nerf Open Moment. Yeah, quite literally. I made a funny clip. Did you? Also, chat, we do have stream clips. Don't know if you knew. If you make a really good stream clip, I'll make it into a video, and it'll be forever immortalized on YouTube. I can't see the clips you make, so you do have to share them into the Discord, okay? Go, surprise, bitch! You know? That is a good one. Go, surprise, bitch! You know? That'd be fun. It would be fun. That's a good clip. We could make that into a GIF. Go, surprise, bitch! We could make that into a clip, into a GIF. That's gonna be really good. Me when, the police when Russell Brand gets caught. Go, surprise, bitch! You know, it just fits into so many. The format just works for everything. Great job, Jake. Thanks, mate. That's a really good clip. Anyway, that's a really good stratagem. As I said, -1 damage is obviously really good on Terminators, especially because they've got 3 wounds. I think Blade Guard veterans as well have got 3 wounds. A lot of things is 2 damage, so reducing it by 1 will mean they'll need 3 hits through rather than 2 hits through, which is obviously really good. That's a really good stratagem to use. Mikey, I work hard making videos for you all. Please pay me. Also, Mikey, make me videos. If they're good, I'll claim them as mine. Yeah, but the thing is, Steve, is we could make really cool short videos for the live streams. But like, you've got to, if you clip them, I'll credit you. I'll give credit where credit's due. Or I'll just keep making painting ones that seem to blow up, which is nice. So, suck a dick. That's what I'm saying. Also, super chat, become a member, okay? Shut the fuck up, Steve. Clip that, Steve. Put it in your spank bank. Shut the fuck up, okay? Shut up. Just bullying each person in chat, and that's all the clips. All the clips of me just being horrible to each person one at a time. The remaining detachments can be used by Space Marines of any chapter, but player traits can be associated with the 6 first founding chapters. Doesn't matter what colour your army is. So Firestorm Assault Force. Range weapons equipped by Astartes models from your army have the assault ability. And each time an attack is made with the weapon target within 12 inches, add 1 to the strength. Do I need to read on? Or is this by far the best detachment rule we've seen? Everybody is assault, means your entire army can advance and shoot. Also, your entire army can advance and do actions. Unless they don't have a weapon, a ranged weapon, which I don't think there is a Space Marine unit without a ranged weapon, bar Assault Terminators. That is probably the only one I can think of. Okay. That's the only unit that can't advance and shoot or advance and do actions. And they get a +1 strength within 12. Oh, mate. Eradicators, yeah. Aggressors were already really good. Aggressors were already pretty good. Now let's give him +1 strength. Now, you won't be able to get Bolter Discipline with this, I imagine, unless there's a version of Bolter Discipline. But close range eradication, no wonder they got rid of reroll wounds. Nerfed the whole book. They did. They nerfed Oath of Moment. They quite literally nerfed the entire book. It also means every other Space Marine chapter, even if they're just using the index, they'll also lose Oath of Moment. So, Space Wolves, Blood Angels, all of those, they're all going to lose Oath of Moment as well, which is pretty brutal. I think that's probably the best detachment role. The Imperial Fist one, the Anvil Siege Force, whatever it's called, sounded half good. If you're heavy, you gain heavy. Get +1 to hit if you stand still, which is nice. The Eradicators will love their Strength 10 Melter Rifles, which is great. Within 12, your Melters will be Strength 10, but the Melter range is 9 inches. So now you have Melter with +1 Strength at 12, Melter with +1 Strength and +1 damage, or +2 damage within 9, which is going to be very awkward to keep track of. I am hoping with the new book they extend Melter back to 24, but I just can't see it. I really hope, I really pray, but I can't see it. But we'll see. So that's a really good detachment rule for the Firestorm one. So the Salamanders-esque one. War-Tempered Artifice, which does add 3 to the strength characteristics of the bearer's melee weapons. That's very good on a Gravis Captain. What else could they be good on? What's coming out soon that flies? What could do with +3 strength? Maybe a bonker of some kind? A bonker? Something with the donk? I don't know. I'm sure I'll find out. Hellblasters is going to be good for that detachment rule. Firestorm. Yeah, the detachment rule is going to be very good for Hellblasters. The one thing that's probably like people aren't thinking about as well with like the nerf to Oath of Moment. Look at lieutenants. Lieutenants now are going to be like really interesting. Okay, they give lethal hits, right? I'm pretty sure they do anyway. Where's my phone? I left my phone downstairs. I'm pretty sure lieutenants currently give lethal hits. He can't see it because he has the book already and it's not in there. Who knows? Yeah, Paramount's Lieutenant, while he's was leading the unit, weapons equipped by models of that unit have the lethal hits ability. Now, look, think about like Hellblasters with the Lieutenant. Now you can be like, oh, I don't get reroll wounds anymore, but I reroll all my hits. So I'll just like hit on 6s and reroll them, and now I'll get lethal hits. You know? The Biologist, the Apothecary Biologist, that people were already starting to take. While it's one leading unit, models have the lethal hits ability. I told people about this one when the index first appeared. When the index first appeared, I was like, Biologist is Bolt of Discipline in Eradicator Squad, right? Now, when people putting that in the aggressor squad, that's fine. I don't care. It's the same unit, essentially. It's the same setup. I told everybody that when the book came out. But now the biologists looking even hotter. Okay? Lieutenants, biologists, get them in your lists ready. Get them up, get them painted, ready for the codex, because they're going to be crucial with the lack of reroll wounds for open moment. You're going to be wanting to roll to hit on 6s, reroll everything and auto wound, you know? Just so you don't have to roll to wound. So, it's not as good as reroll hits and wounds, but it's alright. It's alright. So, anyway. So yeah, maybe something with a hammer would love it. War-tempered artifice. Who knows? We'll see. Gladiator's Task Force is the one we've already got. The Old Faithful Gladiator Task Force, a familiar attachment for all who've deployed their Space Marines in the new edition so far. Returning to the fore with the same enhancement stratagems and combat doctrines ability you know and love, the Gladiator Task Force remains an adaptable take-all-comers army which supports any kind of unit. The Arm of Contempt stratagem is now found across all 7 detachments, so everybody has Arm of Contempt. Which is quite nice, actually. I quite like that. I do quite like that they're all going to get Armor of Contempt. It's a very good defensive stratagem. It'd be annoying for your opponent to play, but you can never get around it. But it is a battle tactic, so you can play around it. Due to the fact that you can Vect and use it for free as well. So, interesting. Do we know what the Space Marine, the Imperial Fist one does? Because we only got like a sneak peek, but we didn't see the last line.
That's below company, lean into siege force, which is a great way of representing the Imperial Fists. There are lots.
Hacker man. They've done it perfectly, so the frame doesn't show you what the rest of it says. Oops. It says, if they're attacking, and then we don't know what else it says.
There are lots of...
Which is very annoying. That's very annoying. But that's interesting, chat. That's a very interesting change. Now, Oath of Moment getting nerfed is pretty brutal. I know it's annoying to play against if you're not a Space Marine player, but also, like, if you are a Space Marine player, it's kind of what you rely on. It is kind of what you rely on. Nerf the whole book again. It doesn't officially say, so we're not really going to look at like what the leaks are saying. We don't do leaks here, chat. You know that. Leaks cringe. You know why? Makes me waste my time. Oath of Moment can suck my nuts. Oath of Moment's sick. Get in the bin. Stop crying. You're a guard player. All you do is car park and hope for the best. There we go. So yeah, so that's the Space Marine update for today. So the Space Marine Codex can't be far away because out of fucking nowhere, didn't they announce 2 new knights? Yeah, out of fucking nowhere, they've gone, here's some plastic knives. Did they announce these? I'm sure I've not seen these announced. I've not seen these previewed. I know one of them was on eBay at one point. One sprue was on eBay or something. I think Valorant made a video about it. But, like, did these actually get announced? I don't remember. Am I being dumb? Am I being crazy? Acheron was announced because of the leaks. So they're releasing the Acheron and the Castigator together. It feels like they just come out of nowhere, right? I think they just said they were coming in an article. They showed that roadmap for 30k and listed something big coming in autumn. Yeah, that's all I thought. I kind of figured after the Lancer we would get more plastic knights. But, like, out of nowhere, what the fuck? I don't remember the Castigator getting shown. I remember the Acheron. We can have a look, right? We can just search Castigator and see when the last article was. It's all 2020. 2021. Is this Castigators for Adeptus Titanicus? Surely. No. Oh, it's the Castigator for Sisters. These are the Sisters. Sunday preview for Forge World. Castigators. But then if you search Acheron, or Acheron, is it Acher or Acheron? Chat. Preview, July. So that one got showed off. That shoulder pads fell off. I would have remembered that. This shoulder pad's not even, this blue tack. The shoulder pad's fallen off. I would have remembered that. Surely. I was like, wait a minute. That shoulder pad looks weird. Wait a minute. The shoulder pad's fallen off. Look. It's not even attached. Look, chat. I'm not going mad. Please listen. Please listen, chat. Chat, please listen. The shoulder's fallen off. 30k stuff. This is actually 40k stuff. Chat, the shoulder's fallen off. How did no one notice? How did no one notice the shoulder pad's not attached? They just like shoved it back on. Come on, I would have mentioned that if I'd seen this. It doesn't matter. July. The Not Warmer 40k preview. Ah, that's why. That's why. They just went, yeah, don't give a shit. They went, don't bother tuning in. There's this one with the cities announced, the night. Cruel Boy Monster Killer. I don't remember any of this. Oh, it's where Epic got announced. Ah, I remember. I was playing in a tournament at the time. I was playing the TSN, I think. It'll be a 40k model till it goes out of stock, then straight to Legends. Yeah, true. True, mate. Got me there. Got me there. Blue tack melted under the lights. I don't know why they would use blue tack in that instance, but there you go. That's why they got announced. I had no idea. I was just like, oh, these are cool. Hey, Rins Gravity, how you doing, buddy? Was that around the time the Forge World dumped so no one cared about new plastic models that we won't be able to play in 6 months? Yeah, that was like really early into 10th. Because it was like the second weekend of 10th, I think. 21st of July. No, it was like a month after 10th came out. But yeah, people were probably a bit annoyed about 10th and Heresy stuff at the time. Maybe they accidentally tried to plastic glue her resin print. Maybe that's just a resin version, and they've got like, just take pictures of these. We'll get the plastic one out eventually, and then they've managed to get the plastic one out really quickly. Are you doing a preview of tomorrow? I don't know what's happening tomorrow. What's happening tomorrow? Ah, yes. I remember. Chat, I've made a bit of a mistake. Okay? I've made a bit of a mistake. And I want to tell you why. Because one of my moderators, Mr. Magoo, we all know and love Magoo, right? A regular staple of the channel, Meme Lord. I will give him the title of Meme Lord. Very, very handy, very fast to the old making of the memes. Dropped me a little message on Discord the other day. It was like, hey Mikey, love the channel by the way. You should get more than 10 members of streaming. You know, I was like, you know what, Magoo, you're right. People should become a member for as little as £1.99 a month. But what he also said was, I'm going to a one-day tournament. Do you fancy it? And I was like, you know what, Magoo? Maybe I do. Where is it? And he's like, there's a one-day RTT at Element Games. And I was just like, you know what? I'm well up for a one-day RTT at Element Games. Because midweek tournaments are slowly gaining in popularity. And I'm all for it, right? Weekends are always busy. Always so busy. But a midweek tournament where I go and play a couple of games and then go home again? I'm in. I'm in. I'm in. I love it. So I was like, Magoo, you know what? I will play a one-day tournament. And I was like, I don't know what army to take. I don't know what army to take. Because, like, Deathwatch got nerfed, and it'd be cringe to take Deathwatch again. You know? I've already done it. I've got that prize. I've quite literally got that trophy. I don't know if you mentioned I won a golden ticket to Atlanta because I'm really good at Warhammer. Okay. And I was like, I don't really want to take Space Marines. I don't know what they look like anymore. And they've got a Codex coming out soon. So I don't really want to like paint a list for it to potentially be really bad. Something that relies on rerolling wounds, for example. So I was like, I don't really fancy taking the Space Marines. Because I don't know what to take. And then something hit me. And that was my other Space Marine army. The brand new army that I actually bought. The Grey Knights. I really enjoy playing the Grey Knights on stream against Matt the other week. And we play battle reports every 2 weeks on a Friday evening. Game night on Fridays at 8 PM. And then I was like, maybe I take those Grey Knights. Everyone says Grey Knights are really bad, you know? Everyone says Grey Knights are really bad, but maybe I could prove them wrong. I do have a pretty good list in mind, I think. And maybe it'll be good fun. It'll be a laugh, you know? I'll go to this tournament, I'll teleport around, shoot some flames through walls, and have a great time. And that's what I was thinking. Right up until I submitted my list last night. You know, you all know the list. You know, the Grandmaster in Nemesis Dreadnought who's got a hammer and a flamer now. Managed to convert him up today. It's the 10 flamers. It's the brick of paladins. Great time. The one thing Grey Knights can't deal with is vehicles. Okay? The one thing Grey Knights can't deal with is vehicles. And then everybody is playing fucking Death Guard. Death Guard. You know? Death Guard. Where is it? Death Watch, alright, fair. Death Guard. Let's go to page 2. Let's get more. Death Guard. It's only a 26-player event. There's 4 Death Guard players. And Death Guard, I don't know if you know, are actually really good right now. And all they do is spam Plague Bear Scrolls and Predators. And Hellbrutes, if they really want to. But I was like, you know what? It'll be fun. It'll be fine, you know? I'll go and I'll shoot the shit. And I'll meet 3 new friends. Right up until the pairings came out. The pairings came out, chat. And my day was ruined. My day was absolutely destroyed. I couldn't believe it. Because what is this? Wait, is that the right song? No. wait, chat, it's going to be great. Look, trust me. Because, chat, what is this? Magoo versus Mikey round 1. Magoo versus Mega round 1! Ah. Mikey can't attend LGT because good plays attend. No, I'm not going to LGT because I don't want to pay 70 quid to sit in the gym hall all weekend. Magoo was like, do you want to come to this event? Me and Magoo drew each other round 1. It's bullshit. Why do I have to play Magoo? I don't know what his army does. What does his army do, chat? Look at it. It's got like 5 vehicles. Look at these. What do I do about all these trucks? I can beat 1 vehicle a turn. That's 1 truck a battle round. What are all these vehicles doing? So it turns out that I'm playing Mr. Magoo round 1. I'm traveling in a car with him for an hour. We're going to get breakfast together. And then I'm going to have to kick his shit in. Otherwise, the embarrassment will be too high and I'll have to sell the channel. Touch wood, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. There's 6. What do you mean there's 6? What do you mean there's 6 trucks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fuck! There's 6 trucks! Oh, dear. So I'm going to have to learn what orcs do for tomorrow. Because I'm playing orcs tomorrow morning. What's he got? Right, chat. We need to rally together. Because I can't let a moderator win. You know? I can't let the moderator win. That will be cringe. I do have to beat him. But also my army is probably not equipped well enough to play anything. Bro, that's not just Death Guard, that's rank 1 Death Guard. I know it is. Yeah, it's Aiden. I'm looking forward to meeting him. Can't lose to a mod again. True. True. True, I can't bring a mod again. I can't lose to a mod again. Where I used the worst army versus his new army, I remember. But yeah, he's got a beast boss. That's the dinosaur thing, isn't it? What does that do? Is it shit? Hopefully it's shit. Mozrog Scradmad, which I think is the character boss dinosaur thing. Nob on Smasher Squig. I don't know what he does. He's got Head Whoppers Kill Chopper. A war boss in Mega Armor. We follow me, lads. No idea what any of this is. No idea what any of this is. Some beast snagger boys. Alright, yeah, I know what they do. Some boys, I know what they do. So there's 50 boys. 6 trucks. Some Gretchen. What did Gretchen do? Can these hold objectives? Can these hold objectives? So 5 Mega Knobs, they're a problem. They've got like a 2-up save, right? Squig Hog Boys. A big unit of him. And then 15 Storm Boys. 4 plus feel no pain on the big dinos. Fucking brilliant. Ugh. Grots hold objectives. God damn it. Telly to the back and kill the Grots and stop him getting extra CP. That is a good shout. Grots hold objectives and gain CP. Magoo, tell me more of your secrets. Magoo, tell me more about your list. What else does your list do? Because here's my list. Oh, I can pull you up a video if you want. Would you prefer a video? Maybe you prefer video. Don't know why you're worrying. Magoo doesn't know what it does either. That's true. Here's my list, chat. I'm just going to pull up my stream for the other day because I haven't changed it. Except for the loadout, actually. I changed some of the loadouts. Here it is. Here's my list. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. But look, I got the right weapons. I got the right weapons going on. You know? I was about to say thank you to those 2 for becoming members. Realised that was from a few days ago. So I got the flamer magnetized. Bam. Professional wargamer. I got the thunder hammer painted. We're on. Now the only problem is with the thunder hammer, strength 14, Instead of strength 10 like the sword, but it hits on 4s, guys. It hits on 4s. It's really shit. I don't know why it hits on 4s, but it hits on 4s. You know? But it's cool. Strength 14 plus 1 to wound. Hits on 4s. Wounds on 2s, baby. Is that a proxy? What is the water proxy? A magnetized flamer? No. But what else have I got? I've got a brick of 10 paladins with 5 side cannons. They're going to fuck Magoo up. They're going to fuck him up big time. Got the Grandmaster with the Sigil of Exigence. Or the Sigil of Excellence. That's what they also call it. So I can teleport away. My entire army can teleport. I've got the Calidus Assassin. And Magoo was telling me today that every orc stratagem is a battle tactic for some reason. And I was like, why? Why? Why is all the orc stratagems battle tactic? But you know what? I actually don't care because I've got a Calidus. So we've got the... I also converted the flamers. So you might have seen I did a short today about painting flamers. And I actually like managed to convert some up because like the side cannons were like really easy to do. I just snapped the arms off. But the silencers were actually a bit of a bitch. Because, like, the arm was all attached to the gun. So, I like... If you can tell the difference... As you can see... Like, the silencer... I chopped the cannon off... And stuck on the incinerator cannon. But I also magnetized it so I can swap out later. Which I thought was quite nice. Wink, wink, wink. Shouldn't one of the side cannons be on the banner bearer in the Paladins? On that video? No. Today? Yes. I've got it all done. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry, guys, because you can actually take 5 side cannons in the unit because the banner bearer can take one, as you can see. Badong. You can actually take 6 because the Grandmaster can take one, but I haven't done that. I was like, I've converted up a lot of this army. I don't fancy chopping the Grandmaster's arm off to put a side cannon on it, so I'm not going to bother. So, yeah. Yeah, 5 side cannons in the Paladin unit. It's essentially the list I played the other day, but the loadout's actually proper now. So 5 side cannons, Grandmaster probably could have done with an extra gun. I've got the 10 incinerators rather than proxying. I've got 15 interceptors. I've got the Calidus, and I've got the Thunderhammer on the Red Knight with the Flamer as well. Here's an idea. Why don't you go to another tournament on the weekend at LGT and do some seal clubbing? I don't want to. I'm pretty sure I'm busy that weekend. That's why I didn't bother buying a ticket to LGT. So that's my list. I'm quite excited to play it because I did really enjoy playing Matt against it. It was really, really enjoyable. I've also got the 5 Terminators with the Brotherhood Librarian as well. But yeah, I'm excited to play. I'm excited to try it out because it's going to be a little bit different. Grey Knights seem to have like loads and loads of tricks. And they're just like hard to pull off wins, and that's the problem. That's like the main issue is like trying to like you score loads of points, but you also don't kill a lot, so your opponent scores loads of points as well. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna kill Magoo. I'm gonna kill Magoo. So that'll be fun. So that's the mistake. I've decided to take Grey Knights to an event that is full of people spamming vehicles. So I'm pretty sure one of the Death Guard lists is like 3 Plague-Based Crawlers, 3 Knights, and then some infantry. And Grey Knights don't deal with that. They don't fuck with that shit. Okay. I was doing the same thing by the extra side cannon. With the Paladins. How can you have an extra? I've only got 5. Yeah, unless you mean 1 on the Grandmaster as well. May just tell me you're at the event tomorrow. I am at the event tomorrow, Aiden. I'm looking forward to meeting you. The main reason I'm going to this tournament, chat. The main reason that I really need to go to this event is this. Let me tell you. Let me tell you what it is. Let me find it. I've just got to find it. It's this. This is the main reason I'm going to this event. I'm going to see the Dice of Shame. Because it's at Element Games where the dice are framed above the bathroom. Okay? The only reason I'm going to this event is so I can stand in the bathroom and take a picture of myself in front of some shitty dice. That's the plan. That's the game plan. Okay? I'm going to be like, you know what? Shitty dice, here I come. The holy pilgrimage, exactly. So join together join your hands together with me as we say a prayer to the holy pilgrimage of seeing the shitty dice. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow. So yeah, so me and Ryan are going to this event tomorrow. It should be a good laugh. I'll try and take some pictures of mine and Ryan's game so we can talk about it on stream on Wednesday. But I'm a bit nervous because it's loads of vehicles and I've only played Grey Knights once. But I thought that'd be fun. I thought that'd be funny. Visit the loaders dice while you drop off a load. Quite literally. So that's what I'm doing. So hopefully Wednesday I'll be able to talk about how it went. What I learned about playing Grey Knights. What I learned about the current meta. You know? But yeah, there's fucking, let's have a look. Let's have a look at I was like, you know what, guys, you can talk about seal clubbing at this event. Because it will be. It's a Tuesday. No one plays tournaments on a Tuesday. Anyway, Aiden, #1 Death Guard player in the world, probably. Who else is there? Dave Irvin, only lost to Josh Roberts at our event a few weeks ago. Isaac Reich, a really, really good player in the running to a Team England, if you had enough time to play. Ryan is Ryan. Me is me. I'm pretty sick, to be fair. I'm a golden ticket winner. 6-0, baby. And then Will, who's part of the Disgusting Resilient podcast, and he's bringing fucking... He's just spamming knights, I think. 3 war dogs. 2 rhinos. 3 plague bears crawlers. 2 predators. I'm going to hit this round 2. I know it. I'm going to hit this round 2. And cry. And be like, wow, I can kill 1 vehicle a turn. You've got 19. You know, look at Aiden's list. Let's have a look. So Aiden's list is 2 sorcerers, a lot of virulence, Mortarian, and Typhus. One of them has living player. I can't remember which one that one is now. Some cultists, a Hellbrute, which is obviously good for getting ranged contagion out there. Predator, 3 Death Shroud, 3 Death Shroud, 3 PBCs, 20 Poxwalkers, and some Nurglings. So a bit of a funky tech list by the feels of it. There's no real like hammer unit in here, except for Mortarian, I guess, and the 3 plague-based crawlers. That list isn't losing though, Magoo, mate. Come on now. Come on now, Magoo. What time is this event on till? Till about 7, I think. I don't know. It says till 7. Maybe it will mess with your Tuesday gaming, Andy. Unlucky. If I'm there, tough. If I'm there, tough. But basically, what we've got to do, chat, is if I play against a heavy vehicle list, I've just got to hope the librarian kills one every turn, and so does the Dread Knight. My turn and their turn. So not bad. It'll be fine, I'm sure. It'll be very easy to do, clearly. But yeah, I've got to beat Magoo first, which is going to be scary because he's got so many bodies. Now, I've got flamers that can shoot through walls. Does Magoo know this? Probably. Probably does. But the thing is, what will he be able to do about it? I don't know. I don't know. That being said, chat, that being said, with all of these armies, And all of these units and with all of these armies out, I think I've made a big mistake because I don't think Grey Knights have got the big kick that I thought they were going to get. Maybe -1 to wound. That's going to be the fucker that gets vectored 100%. Fuck the -1 to wound. But let's have a look at the meta that's happening so we can actually find out what's good and what's going to do well tomorrow. Grey Knights 5-0. Oh, let's go, baby. Where is it? Is it actually on BCP? Oh, it is. Let's go. Let's go. Let's find out what this list does. Chat, we'll just resubmit this list after we look at this one. Okay? Easy. Easy. What's the event called? RatCon. RatCon. It's me, the rat. RatCon 2023. Why has it got Chainsaw Man? Or is it a rat? Wait, what? It's the artwork. Why is it playing Chainsaw Man? Boyd, tell me what you got. You got a chaplain. Oh, I don't have a chaplain. A librarian, a librarian, a librarian. Alright, cool. So I don't have a chaplain for the +1 to wound, and I don't have 3 librarians. I've only got 1. He does have the Grandmaster with the heavy incinerator, the side cannon, and inescapable wrath, which is the +1 to charge. Why is no one going for the +1 to wound? Wound on Tuesdays are hilarious. Okay, 5 Terminators, got that. 5 Terminators. Don't have that. That 3D printer go burr tonight. The 3D printer's busy making me into a Grey Knight. Strike Squad, got that. 1, 2 Dread Knights, and then a Paladin Squad. This is a funky list. It's actually really funky. Like, what? 20 Terminators, 10 Paladins. 10 of them being Paladins, 3 Dread Knights, and 3 Librarians. What a weird list. I didn't suggest 3 Librarians. I know. I just didn't bother changing my list. That's a funky one. He probably could have taken another upgrade. I think this is the Australian meta. I know. It's very Australian. It's very weird. This would not do very well. I think the Dread Knight is actually a bit rubbish. I think the Grandmaster's not bad. I think the normal Dread Knight's a bit rubbish, actually. Right, okay, so we've learned nothing. That's what we're saying. Right. 1000 Sun 60. Space Marines in Canada. What the fuck? Chaos Knights. 4 and a draw. Tau 50. 40 players. France. Votan. Votan. Votan? Votan 4 and a draw? $18 players. Bloody hell. Scraping the barrel here. Eldar at 57%. It's a beautiful thing. Hopefully they stay there or go lower. For the first time this is the edition, they were not the most played faction and fell to 2nd place. Winning a small GT, but still having 11 of their 38, so 29% players go XOX1. I wonder if part of their fall is because some of the top players thought they could win GTs with other factions now and they'll have moved on. Yeah, so like Eldar are still really strong, but they're beatable now. So a lot of the top players are going to move from playing Eldar to something else. So you're going to see like Eldar still be really good in the right hands, but the right hands are probably moving on to something else. It's going to be easier to play. Which is quite interesting. Definitely interesting. 30.5 got Gumber. Yeah, quite literally. Yeah, Votan are a horde now. It's just crazy to see them actually win an event, you know? They definitely deserve it now because they've got so much stuff. They're a swarm army these days. But it's just crazy to see them actually win one. Drakari win the biggest event of the weekend with so few numbers. Their win rates was only 47%, but they might have real play, especially compared to where they were. So obviously Drakari, the best thing about Drakari is everything else has been nerfed around them. So they're suddenly like looking a lot more interesting. Willies have the second best win rate of the weekend at 63%, but only 7 people played them. Those 7 people absolutely wreck face. How is it 7 and not 8? That's so cringe. How could 8 people not play them? Only 7. What's going on? World Eaters players, what are you playing at? That event used custom missions. What, the Drakari one? What missions were they playing? What? Custom missions? What event was it? Let's go find out. Let's have a look at these custom missions. I need to sit down. This is big. Custom missions already. Why? Oh, this is big, chat. This is really big. Oh, shit. What's that? I forgot what... Oh, it's the fucking helmet. Everyone see my fucking table nearly tip over. That was funny. That was hilarious, chat. Better. There we go. Whew. Okay. It's in the thread. Do they have a link? There's 3 more replies here. Right, okay, it's Ratcon. Let's find these missions, chat. Cool, that's a private list. Private thing. Private group, even. Am I supposed to find? I can't find them on BCP. Overview. Oh, there's nothing on the. There's nothing on the BCP event. It'd be cool to see the missions. It's not in the. It's not in the thread unless it's like. Ratcon. I'd love to see the missions. It doesn't look like anyone's linked them. It's like Servo Skull kind of missions. Was it like completely like random cards or was it what? That's what I'm trying to work out. Ratcon 40k Australia. Yeah, there's a fucking private group, but that's it. It looks like there isn't a great deal, you know. I don't understand why you'd have a private Warhammer group. What are you hiding? What are you trying to hide from me? I just want to know. Right, I'll try and join. I just want to know. What's in the group? Where's the events? RatCon. Let's see if we can find it on here. RatCon. 2022? That's a year ago. 2022. 2019. 2019. Did this event even happen? I can't find anything. All I can find is the Meta Monday about it. Why did I listen to a grey name? Fucking grey names. Leading me astray. As I said, I want to know what type of custom missions they're playing. Are they just playing random cards? Does that count as a custom mission? They're not playing the Leviathan specific ones? Or have they got their own wild ones, you know? I'm like that guy outside the meme, outside the event trying to get in. Like, let me in! Let me in! Anyway, what else do we have? We don't have the custom missions. I will keep trying. I'll be the journalist that I am. Because Grey Knights won. Oh no, Grey Knights came second at RatCon. No wonder the list was weird. Where were we? Tao with the real glow up, winning 2 events and having a strong win rate of 55%. Excellent. Excellent. Great job, Tao. Votan won an event. Few in numbers, they also did much better with a 48% win rate and 2 of their lists placing. That is pretty good. Hey, Twitch, thank you so much for being a member. Thank you so much for being a member. Now I don't feel bad for listening to you. Really appreciate it, buddy. If you're not a member already, you should consider it. You can become a member for as little as £1.99 a month. I don't get pissed off at you if you say something dumb. I'm like, you know what? That's okay. We all say something dumb sometimes, you know? And also, you support the channel and get to join our Discord. !Discord is way better if you do become a member and get in the members lounge. So do consider it. Become a member, press join, then type in !Discord in chat. We're trying to hit 10 members every single stream. If we do hit 10 members, I'll do a giveaway. We're currently at 7. It's going to catch up any second. There it is. We're currently at 7. If we hit 10, I will be giving something away. So consider it today. Consider it today. So anyway. Custodians are by far the worst performing faction of the weekend. Ooh. Ooh. Get wrecked. Win rate of 38%. In fact, the only faction with a win rate in the 30s. I played my Custodians all of 9th, and now they seem to be not tough enough to deal with. Are plentiful enough to be absorbed all this shooting. Back to guard. Yeah, like, Custodians got fucking whacked with, like, 3 different nerfs. Everyone was complaining because no one's using devastating wounds anymore, and if they are, Custodians can't ignore it. So they're just losing models. And then they can only take smaller squads now. Also funny. RatCon description on BCP. 2 days of questionable quality 40k with barbecues, raffles, and beers. I did read that, yeah. I did read that. But I want to see the missions, Dats and Dares. That's all I want. Grey Knights with middle of the pack win rate of 49% and top 4 top placings. Another trash pile faction to the top of the pile army. Maybe I was onto something, chat. Maybe buying Grey Knights was the ultimate play that I could have ever had. Sisters, best time in the game. Okay, I don't really think that, but seeing the 5 players out there doing work is nice. Having 3 of them plays X1 is how you get 64% win rate. That is really good. 64% win rate is pretty hot. Necrons were the most played faction of the weekend with the 2nd worst win rate of the weekend at a near healthy 44%. So they're only better than Custodians. Custodians are by far my favourite army. Seeing that win rate feels bad. I think I know what the problem will be. People will be trying to play Custodians like they did 2 weeks ago, and it just doesn't work anymore. Custodians need a more balanced list now. They need to start looking at the Caladius again. They need to start looking at, like, not trying to spam one big thing and fight first on an objective. The playstyles change a little bit. And as soon as people figure that out, it'll be really interesting. As soon as that gets figured out, that'll be really, really interesting. But a lot of it comes down to people trying to run bricks, and it's just not going to work anymore. They don't want people running bricks. They want people running a bit of a mixture of a list. Am I on this Facebook group yet? Let me in. Let me in. God damn it. Autopilot, I sit in the center because those players are just being exposed. Yeah, literally that, mate. Literally that. You can't just, like, run onto the objective and then roll saves and win. You have to, like, play the mission now. So here we go. Sisters of Battle, 64% win rate, and World Eater, 63% win rate, but only 12 people were playing the two factions. Look, it goes from 5-7 to 38, which is hilarious. But even with that super high win rate, they didn't win an event. They both got 0. Which is very funny for weekend tournament wins. So Eldar, 38 players at 57. That is still really high to the fact that a lot of people who were playing Eldar probably will jump ship. 38 players at 57% win rate is really, really high still. Tau 55% also really, really high. Chaos Space Marines get a good jump. Chaos Space Marines are a really good faction. I think they're a bit of a sleeper faction. Obviously, they had Abaddon and the Forge Fiends nerf, but I think they have so much play that I think people are going to jump on Chaos Space Marines. They can do so much. They have so many tricks. Chaos Demons quite high as well. Admech, only 3 players at 53% win rate. How many games did they lose? Wins 8. So they lost, well, lost 7. Chaos Space is good with on-demand lethal hits and exploding. Yeah, they have a lot of ways to get lethal hits and exploding on 5s as well. Looks like Gladius Task Force is currently the best way to play Space Wolves. Gene Stealers at 50%. And not a lot of players there. Was it a quiet weekend? 500 players or 450 players? Probably not a very quiet weekend. Probably about normal. But, like, Necron's taken a bit of a step back, but 44 is probably about right. They're trying to go for that golden number of 45 to 55. The ones on the outliers are the ones with hardly any players, but those players doing really well. Sisters and World Eaters. Eldar still really, really strong when it's 38 players. One of the most played factions of the weekend. Or second most played faction, and it's still got a 57% win rate. And then Death Guard only just scraping into 45. Necrons and Custodians on the back foot this weekend. It's going to be interesting because this is the first real weekend of the new data. And the first real weekend of the new data, and the data's, like, interesting. Like, these two are big standouts, the Sisters and World Eaters, but obviously there's hardly anyone playing those two factions. It's just those few people did really well. Those few people went 3-2 at an event. That's what you have to remember. Is there's 5 people, 64% win rate. On average, they went 3-2, you know, because that's 60% win rate. Same with World Eaters. Out of the 7 people, on average, they went 3-2. Some of them went 4-1, you know, and less of them went 2-3. But that's kind of like the big difference of this data. When you see like 64% win rate, but it's hardly anyone playing, it's like most people went 3-2, which is good because they're just like consistent players. But then you look at like Admech, only 3 people, they went 50%, which is interesting. A lot of them went 3-2 or 2-3. Or if it was a 6-rounder, probably went 3-3. But then it's down here, Custodies, on average, going 2-3, if not worse, which is wild. Firing the Archon does literally nothing. The Gambit just was win more. Moving objectives didn't matter as he was tabled. I'm not saying you have to think Dark Eldar is good, but I didn't have to play Sully in the last round, who's on the OS team and arguably should have won LVO. People in the comments are talking about the lists. Show me the list. Show me the missions, please. That'd be really fun to look at, but no one's listed them. Yeah, no one's actually said. It could all be hearsay. No one's actually linked the missions. And they won't let me into this Facebook group, probably because they're all asleep. I forgot that I'm in a different time zone to them. And whilst it's night for me, it's first thing in the morning for them. So they're just not going to let me in. Rat carton, 40k. That is it. That is everything. And it's a private group. What are they hiding? Ah. Death Guard, I still think can't brute force wins at top table, so I'm testing techie lists at the moment. Yeah, it feels like Death Guard like don't have the raw damage output. They have the resilience now. Which they always kind of have, but they have like a lot more stuff because they have decent resilience. It's not great, but it's decent. Because they've got like lots of like cheap vehicles, lots of Terminators, stuff like that. So they're kind of just relying on like resilience to like hold places and just not die and be in the way. And if everything gets too close, you do die. So but yeah, they don't have the damage output like a lot of armies have. They're hiding the Aussie Warhammer secrets clearly. Clearly, trying to hide the secrets. They really treat Terminators. One squad of sorcerer for -1 damage in combat. Oh, no, -1 damage in combat is nice for with the sorcerer, yeah. Just as more towering intended, true. I agree with that guy. It's not that I'm bad. It's just everyone else is better than me. Which guy are you referring to? But anyway, I'm sure I'm going to find out what Death Guard do tomorrow because I imagine I'll end up playing against them. I wonder if they're posting competitive 40k. Have Ratgon posted in competitive 40k? I just want to know what these missions are. Tawny Keeper, I don't care about that. Oh, it's everybody in their dog posting their podcast. That's not it. Was it streamed? Did anyone stream Ratcon? I feel like a madman, but I just want to know what the missions were. It's all this fucking German one this week. It's all in German. It's German. This isn't it. I don't think this is it. No, I don't think that's it. Chat. We're going down a hole. Going down a path I can't follow. No, I've got no idea. I'm going to start looking at this fucking rules pack now. This rules pack is going to be the death of me, honestly. Honestly, I'll never know what missions they were playing. I bet they were shit. Guys, I bet they were shit, right? Help me out here. Were the missions probably shit? I just don't understand. I just don't understand why would you need to use custom missions unless it's like a really fluffy event. But then you got like 90 players there, so it's a really large event for custom missions. But anyway, yeah, so I've been basically converting all my models ready for tomorrow. Mikey will be losing to Orcs and Death Guard tomorrow, and he'll still be thinking of those damn Aussie missions. I'll be like, man, I wish I could be playing those Aussie missions. I'd be winning if it were playing those damn Aussie missions. But yes, excuse me. Yeah, I've basically been preparing my army for tomorrow this weekend. Which is going to be really fun. I'm excited to try out Grey Knights. It's the first time I'm not playing Space Marines in a tournament setting. Bear in mind, it's only 1 day, so it's not really a big tournament or anything, but it's the first time I'm not playing Space Marines or Space Marine variant. Is it a Grey Knights a Space Marine variant? Because they're so different and they don't use the original codex. You know? I use that as a distraction technique. Do they count as Space Marines? Because they're Santic Astartes. They're not actually Adeptus Astartes, but they're still power armor. It's the smallest step away you could take. True. They're Marines. Yeah, but they're technically Space Marines, but not like rules-wise. They're like completely different. You know? Can you use any Bloodraven models as a proxy? I'm using Bloodraven's Librarian. I had to. I'm taking one Space Marine with me. One real Space Marine. I don't have a Grey Knights Librarian finished. So I'm taking the Space Hulk Librarian. But they're like Space Marines, but not Space Marines, if that makes sense. Because they're like furthest away. But as you said, it's probably the smallest step away from Space Marines. If I play Cornucopia Slanesh, do I no longer play Demons? No, because they're all in the same book. They're all in the same book. That doesn't count. They don't have the Adept. Do they have the Adeptus Astartes keyword? They don't even have the Grey Knights keyword. They don't have anything. They're not Astartes, according to the rules. Infantry Kaiser Psyker, Terminator, Imperium, Grandmaster. They're not even Space Marines, chat. Chat, they're not Space Marines. Don't count. Don't count. Not even a Space Marine. Not even an Astartes. How can they be Astartes if they don't have the keyword? You know? I didn't make the rules. Games Workshop did. I just broke them. They don't even have the Astartes keyword. They're not Space Marines. They're just dudes in cool armor. They're just bros. They're just bros hanging out. Brotherhood Librarian, not a Space Marine. Prove me wrong. Someone come in here and tell me that I'm wrong. Tell me what I'm saying is incorrect. Because you can't. Because none of them have the Space Marine keyword. None of them have the Astartes keyword. Strike Squad. Infantry Battle Line. Psychic Grenades. Imperium Strike Squad. Get in the bin. I didn't know that. That's got Scout 6. That's pretty fun. Get in the bin, chat. They're not even Space Marines. Does that mean we can have female Grey Knights? We can have female Space Marines as well, mate. Why not? Look, I don't make the rules. They won't let me. But I'm right about this. They're not Space Marines. So this is the first time I'm not taking Space Marines to a tournament. In like 7 years. Ask Alexa. I would never ask Alexa. If you want to see something fun about the Grey Knight Index, is on the Paladin squad. It shows both a Terminator and a Paladin because they're both very similar. The difference is this helmet. You can't even say that with a straight face. I did. I'm not playing Space Marines tomorrow. See? Straight face. Straight as could be. They don't have a Primarch, so no daddy issues, thus not Space Marines. I agree. I agree, not Space Marines. See this? The Land Raider. Let's scroll down to the old Land Raider, you know? Iconic Space Marine unit. As you can see, iconic Space Marine unit. Not a Space Marine. They had Santa Castate's keyword at 9th edition and Armor of Contempt equivalent now, so still counts. They don't have Armor of Contempt. They have true silver armor, which is very different. You know? Grey Knight's battle plate, not power armor, incorporates lithies of purity, strands of sanctified silver, and other sacred wards. They wear battle plate. They don't wear power armor. They're not Space Marines, chat. They don't look anything like them. I hate that strat. You're going to see it a lot tomorrow, mate. You're going to see this bad boy playing every phase, baby. Because Magoo is going to smash me in combat. So I'm just going to use true silver armor and hope for the best. Do you get to use Oath of Moment? No, not Space Marines. I agree. I agree. I agree, mate. Can't be used for 0 CP. Yeah, you can. It's a battle tactic. I've just closed it, but yeah, it's a battle tactic. Oh, it's war gear. You can't use it for free. It's war gear. It was battle tactic. Now it's war gear, so you can't. There's only one you can use for free, I think. Oh, there's 2. 3, even. Hallowed in Soulfire, which is you can't be targeted over 12. Or this one to give devastating wounds. It's like, yeah, okay, I know which one I'm gonna be using it on. And it's expensive. So yeah, so that's what's happening tomorrow. So I'll be trying to take pictures and try and keep you updated. I'm working on so many videos right now, chat, and it's like fucking ridiculous. But I'm also working on the tournament. There's just like boxes everywhere. You might be able to see on the floor. This is just all like boxes of terrain that I'm printed. It's so much. I'm still preparing for the October event, and it's like there's so much to do. And it feels like I'm doing it every day. But then it feels like I'm not producing any content. So I do apologise if the content's been really thin. And I've been coming on stream with not a great amount to do. But I'm just so tired. I just need like a month off, I think. I'm so fed up of making terrain. But it's nearly done. And I'm super excited for it to be done. Because obviously if you don't know, at the end of October, this next month, I'm running a 120-person tournament. This event, if you haven't seen it, 120 people are coming down to Sheffield. You know, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting. It's the biggest thing I've ever done. I'm very nervous about it, but also I'm excited, but also I'm just really tired. Can I put a 3D printer out on a balcony, or does it require consistent temperature? It needs to be room temperature. So if your balcony's room temperature, great. But this is happening at the end of October. Magoo's helping me out as well, along with the other crew from Steel City. Which should be really fun. We do still have a few tickets left if you are interested. I'll post a link in chat. There's a link in chat. We do still have tickets. But yeah, it's going to be one of those, like this one, the next one, like bags under my eyes, just constantly, just always printed, always trying to make more content. It's just so hard I'm just finding it really hard to manage, not to complain too much. I'm finding it really, really hard to manage like everything. And then I go on the stream, I'm like, I don't really have a lot to talk about because not a lot's happened. And then I'm like, oh, I didn't have a lot to talk about, so people weren't interested in my stream tonight. I'm like, yeah, fair. It's pretty scary. It's fun, but scary. But it's why I'm trying to say thank you to the members and people who do become members. By every time we hit 10 memberships, I'm going to give away a prize. Something off the shelf that I can find which would be fun. Or something just a little bit cool that you might have seen in videos and stuff like that. If you want to support the channel, whilst I'm trying to print all this terrain, whilst I'm stressing my head off about not being able to make videos, but I'm trying my best. I've been working on video for like 3 weeks and I still haven't finished it. But if you want to support the channel, become a member for as little as £1.99 a month. But if we hit 3 more, we just need 3 more for tonight, and I'll give away something cool. Or cork you never get. You said bring the cork and that didn't remind me. Chit chat is plenty. I mean, you know, we had a bit, but it's just like, I just stress, you know what I mean? It's one of those, it's like, I'm trying to consistently do what I've always done for content, and if not a little bit more, because I'm streaming 3 times a week consistently now, but also trying to do this in the background, which is just a lot, so. Chit-chatting is fine. I really enjoy chit-chatting, you know? On Wednesday, I'm going to be building terrain, I think. So, I'm going to be showing you how to put together this player place terrain, or at least a lot of it. And I'll be like, look, this is what we're doing. We've got 7 boxes of terrain to build. So, and this is I'm on like the home stretch. I'm probably going to be done, if all my printers keep working and don't die, I'm probably going to be done in like 4 days. Maybe 5. And that'd be really sick. That'd be so good. Cheers, discussing resilience. See you tomorrow, brother. That'll be so sick. I'll be so happy because then I can just relax a little bit and take the foot off the gas. But like, it's just like stressful trying to make sure everything's still going. Because I'll just show you an example. Like, this is like half a table of terrain. But it's just like trying to print all of these bits and then constantly counting, make sure the printer's going. Because these basically form a super fun system, actually. Do I have a piece? These are the spare bits. Basically, the bits I've printed too many of. Because you kind of have, like, this going here. Like so. And then... Not that one. Not that one. Why have I got all the same one? And you got this one in here. And then you got this that goes in the middle that holds it up. So it's been super fun to print all this. This is all by Proxy Wars. If you've got a 3D printer, it's like really fun terrain to print. So you get these sorts of shape buildings, and then you get the floors, which goes on here. And then you do it again with slightly smaller walls, all these gluing together. So that then goes on there. And they go together really quickly, as you can see. And they've got like cool details on the side. You can choose which ones you like to print. But you're just printing so many that it's just chaotic. It's a really cool modular system. Is it particularly expensive for the SLs? I think it's like 20 bucks. And you just get loads. You get so many. As I said, so you can like, if I keep building it and do it properly. If I do it properly. So like that goes on there, like so. Yeah, it just needs, you could do it. This piece I've just grabbed is broken. But you can glue it. You don't have to glue it. And then that goes on here. So this is the floor piece, as you can see. Then that snaps in here like so. Like that. And then this bit goes in here. It's very cool, actually. But again, this is our like player placed version of terrain. And then that goes in there. And then you get the little slotter bits. The slotter bits go in this little gap and join them together here. Like so. So you got like a nice solid wall with the nice cool bits, nice floor, and then that sits on top of here. There's some little pegs that I need to print. And you get some decent looking buildings, to be fair. Obviously they'll need painting. But it's also just really quick to print. It's just because I'm printing so much of it, it feels like fucking loads. But I'm printing like 7 tables worth, and it looks like this in the end. That's the style. So again, this is one that was printed for me by the company, and they sent this over. Now the inside is a bit plain. You could do a lot with it, but for like a tournament, this is great. It looks great. It's very functional. It's very big as well. So that's what I'm printing. This is the last stuff I've got to print. After this, I'm done. I'm so glad, but I'm done after this. And then I don't have to print anything else for the terrain. That's all, and all be done. I can tick that off and call it a night, you know? I'm torn between going for the new Tabletop Titans pop-up terrain thing, but something printed like that is solid. Like, pop-up terrain looks interesting. Like, I'm not super excited about it because it looks like pop-up terrain, if that makes sense. Like, it looks like paper. Which is fine. Some people don't care. It does look alright. The quality of print is probably good. I don't know. I never used it. I've got no affiliation with it. Obviously, I'm friends with Tabletop Titans, so I don't talk to them often. Talk to them here, there, and everywhere. It looks fine. It looks fine. It looks functional. It just looks a bit like... The firing lanes look very static. You can't really move them out of the way. So... But storage, yeah, to be fair, storage is really convenient with pop-up terrain because it's in a box and it goes on a shelf. So it's kind of like, yeah, it's pros and cons with any type piece of terrain, right? I think the Proxy Wars STL, now you can get 10% off as well if you use my code Hellstorm at checkout. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's called Damocles. So this is... It was one of the Kickstarters they did. I think they're going to do another one. Terrain. So they do WTC style as well, but they also do their own stuff. It's essentially like, this is like the printed version. You can buy it for 150, but you can get the STLs. Oh, there you go. It's $40 for a personal license. And you can build all these different types of buildings. This is just like an example. But basically, it's just a bunch of parts, so you kind of build it how you want. There's a bunch of wall sections. A bunch of crates, for example. So... And you get all the bases with it as well if you really want them. Which is kind of nice. You get the themed Sector Imperialis style bases. And you get objective markers that you can print. So these objective markers. Now, no good for putting buildings on, but they're still there. The wear and tear that the card is under is the main issue for pop-up for me. Yeah, exactly. Like, it only takes one clumsy person to kind of like rip paper terrain. Which will be very easy to do. You know? Look at Tom kicking terrain out everywhere, you know? The paper terrain will have fucking nothing on him. But yeah, that would be my only concern with this pop-up terrain. Like, if it's pop-up terrain that goes on a board that's not attached to the board, suddenly becomes interesting, I think. Like the Apex Legends terrain was really interesting, I thought. Because that was pop-up terrain, but it was kind of like on a board, if that makes sense. See if there's a video for it. So, the thing is with this, before I do go on to this, obviously, like, you can't achieve this. Like, you can't achieve what Titans are doing with pop-up terrain that you can with this. But I do feel like there's something in this design that can be quite interesting.
Here we go then. So these are the buildings that come in the box set, and these are foldable and ready to play. So all you need
But I thought this was genius. It's just literally two pieces of card that slot together. And then they go flat. That is fire. And the thing is with it, structurally, it's very, very strong, I thought. Because I've played with this. I have it somewhere. It's structurally very, very sound. You can put really heavy models on it, and it stores flat. So I think there's something in this. I'm sure someone's watching. Someone's going to go off and design this now and steal the idea from these and make it for 40k. But, like, if you can make, like, L-shaped buildings with this design, which is probably doable, surely, you know, make some really interesting, like, playable 40k terrain in this sort of pop-up terrain, I think people are going to be a lot more interested. Because the problem is with, like, Titan's terrain is it's all linked to it's all attached to the board. That's the whole point of it. You know, they've done really well with it. They're fucking selling way more money than I can even imagine, like £200,000, like crazy money. But the problem is with it,
Titan's terrain.
like, it looks great. It looks great. It's paper terrain. It's fantastic. You don't have to paint it. But the problem is it's attached to these boards. So this is your battlefield. So you can never have anything closer to this because it's attached to a board. That's the only downside to it. So whilst it's modular, it's also very limited in its modularity because you can't make a pathway different to this. You can't have anything closer. You can only have something further apart, if that makes sense. Because it's stuck down, you know? Like for that, for example, that is like hugely open. Hugely. There's like nowhere to hide in there. You know? And that's obviously only one type of design I've paused on, you know? Hey, Brian, thanks for the 5, buddy. Really appreciate it. I'm going to let you finish, but Necromunda had the best cardboard terrain ever.
Hold on, I'm going to let you finish. But Necromunda had the best cardboard terrain ever.
Did it, though? Necromunda had decent cardboard terrain, yeah, for sure. But yeah, like, my problem is with this terrain is you can't, like, these L's, they're in the middle of this big board. You can't, like, offset them. They're just across from each other. So, like, there's just firing lanes everywhere. That's the only problem with it. So, like, I like having the open ones just to create something a little bit different. But, like these pieces are so small, you really want them quite close together, but you can't move them. I've never used it now. It's a fun design. I had a pop-up book when I was a kid. But as I said, like, look at, there's like just like huge firing lanes, but that's the problem with the pop-up design. It's not like the problem with the design of the terrain or what's on it. It's the nature of you've got to have it attached to a cardboard. I think what would be interesting if they made the terrain that could go on a board made of cardboard, you know, like the Apex one, which I mentioned. Like, this is terrain that goes on the board. But did they steal the idea from Upzone? Who fucking knows? Did they steal the idea in the first place? Or did they just so happen to have the same idea at the same time as Upzone? Nobody will know. Nobody will know. But we'll see. I'm sure one day it'll all come out and there'll be a lawsuit, but they probably won't be. I got some terrain for Titanicus like that. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I just think, like, this is way more interesting. This bit. This type of terrain is way more interesting to me. I feel like someone can do something clever with this. You know? Some paper engineer. I don't know what they want to call themselves. But no, I've never used it. I never tried it. I had a pop-up book when I was a kid. That's all I'm referencing. I had a pop-up Thomas the Tank Engine. Okay? Thomas the Tank Engine pop-up. And it had a little foldable, fold-up Thomas. See if I can find it. I think it was this one. Maybe it wasn't. I definitely had these. I definitely had these ones by Rev R. Audrey. James the Red Engine and the Troublesome Trucks, a pop-up book. This isn't the one I was referring to, but I did have these. Ask for Titan's demo before making your own terrain next year, imagine. Yeah, can I have a look at your terrain and then make my own paper terrain? Who would do such a thing? It was pretty sketchy, all that, though. It was pretty dodgy. Like, who did it first? This is what I'm talking about. This is my childhood. This image. Look at it. Henry the Green Engine was very mad. Is that the zoom? Is that all we get? There it is. Henry the Green Engine hated rain. It's top up terrain, guys. That's the book I just showed you. Now, I had one, though. There was, like, Thomas the Tank Engine. But, like, it had a little fold-out train that used to drive across the pop-up stuff. It was very cool. Anyway, childhood memory. You're a diesel. I don't want to be a diesel. The hybrid of plastic bulkheads and card walls floors works well. Yeah, that's true. Because the fact that you could pack it away really easy was the main thing. Codex Sodor. Or just do imagination hammer where you use empty cereal boxes and toilet rolls, quite literally. I can't remember what the pop-up book was called. I'd remember if I saw it, but I can't remember what it looked like. I've been thinking about all my old Thomas stuff because me and Georgie went to the flea market yesterday. Never been to the flea market in Sheffield. Kelham Flea, they call it. Never been before, but they had loads of like old Thomas the Tank Engine stuff. I was like, oh man, that's so cool. And then I remembered I still have it somewhere. Planet Bowling Ball is a great and classic wargaming experience. Yeah, that was my only complaint with the terrain when I saw it. I was kind of like, fucking look at those firing lanes. And it was the same on the first version as they did as well. But clearly people like it. That's why they're buying the second one. It's very convenient, to be fair. You're playing, you kind of like, you have convenience over functionality sometimes because the fact that it pops up and it looks pretty nice. Because it does look nice on the board. Anyway, Magoo's been making beats for tomorrow. Then we're going to call it a day. But if we are going to call it a day in like 5 minutes. But if you want a giveaway before we end the stream, become a member for as little as £1.99. If we make 3 members, I'll give away a t-shirt. Okay? Okay. But this is literally me tomorrow. Mikey, when he turns up and sees all the Death Guard vehicles, I must get out of here as quick as possible. Oh, fucking hell. He has 5 trucks. 6, actually. Yeah, that was me, to be fair. Yeah, I thought he only had 5 trucks. Ferris transfigured. Get to fuck, whoever you are. That is me tomorrow. Man, the memes are dry this week. What's going on? The memes are dry. Have a check in the clips. Did we watch that already? Oh, you made another one. Also, super chat, become a member, okay? Shut the fuck up, Steve. It's funny because Steve didn't say anything after this clip. So, suck a dick. That's what I'm saying. Also, super chat, become a member, okay? Shut the fuck up, Steve. Clip that. Clip that, Steve. Put it in your spang bang. Shut the fuck up. Okay? Shut up. It's funny because Steve said nothing after that moment. He did shut up. For better or for worse, he did shut up. Which is probably bad. I didn't mean to upset him. If he's still watching, I doubt he is. I didn't mean to upset him. So I didn't have much inspiration. That's fine, mate. There's also this one that Brian put in.
See anything he's done having any kind of impact.
Didn't he just win a tournament?
Yeah, okay. I think he won a tournament that nobody attended because all the good players were at WTC.
Right. Or did he
that did get some drama. I think there were some people very mad that he decided to attend an event that nobody else attended. But
that is the dumbest drama I've ever heard. That's really stupid, yeah.
I can't tell if Falcon's joking here. I haven't worked it out. I can't tell if the Falcon's joking just because of the tone of the delivery of the message. But he can fuck off. He can get to fuck. When was the last time Falcon even played Warhammer? Does he even know how to play Warhammer anymore? He knows how to fly around and shit on cars. Doesn't know actually how to play Warhammer. Whereas your boy went off and won a golden ticket to Atlanta, gets a free holiday. When did he get a free holiday for playing Warhammer? Let me know. Send it me on a postcard. Drop it via your Falcon arse, okay?
Yeah, okay. I think he won a tournament that nobody attended because
There was 80 people there, I think.
Right.
all the good players were at WTC.
Right.
Just because they're WTC doesn't mean I'm not allowed to play tournament. Shut up.
Or did
I
he
think
get-
that did get some drama. I think
Yeah.
there were some people very mad that he decided to attend an event that nobody else attended. But
That is the
that's
dumbest
not-
drama I've ever
That's really
heard.
stupid. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
but I
What do
mean,
you
it is
mean
what
you
it
weren't
is.
invited to
That's
take
very
part in? You weren't invited to take part in Team England. You
Exactly. I did apply Team England, didn't get in. Then I won a tournament the same weekend to prove a point.
were not allowed to play Warhammer while Nazim is not in the country. I'm sorry.
It's one of the bylaws.
The England competitive community is very strong. But we're going to start this week.
But fuck him, basically. No, I think they were joking. It did make me laugh, though. It was just like that the drama of me playing a tournament is not allowed because someone else is playing a tournament somewhere else. Did you apply for Team England? I did last year, yeah. I didn't bother this year. After they didn't even want me to help out, didn't even invite me to the group chat last year, I was like, fuck you then. You know? But yeah, I put my name down. I wasn't expecting to get on the team, but it would be nice to be like, oh, Mikey, well, maybe you can, like, help out or chat. And I was like, yeah, that'd be cool. No, nothing. Nothing, guys. So I didn't bother this year. It closed yesterday, and I was kind of like, should I do it again? And I was like, nah, it's fine. It's also like, it's a lot of commitment as well, which I probably can't commit to. Purely because time, trying to do the channel and stuff like that. Like, some of it would be good content, but not all of it would be. A lot of playing on Tabletop Simulator as well, which I don't like. I hate Tabletop Simulator. So, I didn't bother. Mikey would be an amazing emotional support animal. What were they thinking? I know, I just wanted to go hang out, you know? Have me along. Just have me as part of the party. But no. But anyway, chat. That is it for today. No giveaway because we don't want to make 10 members. That's fine. So we'll roll that over to Wednesday, where I'll be live probably talking about what happens tomorrow, because I'm playing in a tournament tomorrow with Grey Knights, which will be interesting. I've got them all converted up. I just need to do some finishing touches ready for tomorrow. Which should be fun. I'll try and put some pictures. I'm obviously playing Magoo round 1 against these orcs, which is very funny because we're getting a ride together, and then we're going to a tournament, and then we're playing against each other in the first game. Which is always hilarious. So then Wednesday we're talking about that. We'll probably be building some terrain and showing you about this, talking about the Proxy Wars terrain that I've been printing for the past few weeks. And then Friday we're doing a battle report. I'm actually playing against Imperial Knights, and I don't know what I'm going to be playing, because I'm inviting my friend Carl over to play on stream on Friday night, but I don't know what to play against Imperial Knights. So maybe some chat suggestions. I don't know. Would you be interesting? I don't really know what to play with yet. Do I play with I don't want to play with Grey Knights again because I'll be playing on Tuesday. Do I play Necrons? Do I play Death Guard maybe? I don't know. Maybe Death Guard could be fun. I don't have the Predators, but I have a lot of the other stuff. How you just make for a different country far away? Yeah, but being a mercenary for another country is cringe. New Marine Codex on a Friday night? Unlikely. Unless it's the week of pre-order. Which this week isn't the pre-order week, so probably not. So I probably won't bother playing Marine since the new rules are on the way out. I might play Death Guard. Death Guard versus Knights may be fun. A lot of people merc for Wales, and I do think that's just kind of like Team England rejects. So I would be pretty cringe to do that. The thing is with it as well is like weird WTC rules. If you play for one country or help out with one country, there's like a cooldown period where you can't apply for another country. GSC. I could play GSC. I don't know what to play. I'll think about it. But we're chatting about it in Discord this week before it happens. So !Discord. Again, if you want to support the channel, become a member. It really helps out. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks to everyone who did become a member or gifted. We had Matt Byra with the 5. We had Radio and Popcorn with the donations. And we had Twitch, Decknull, and Joe Flavel, who became members or resubscribed. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it. Again, sorry I've been a bit lethargic on the old streams recently. I've just been really like, just had a lot on my plate, basically. So it's been getting to me a little bit. And I know I feel like it's been affecting the streams as well. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. And Jay Taylor, thank you so much for the 11 months. Merc for USA. USA. That's probably one of the few teas I would, because that'd be funny. Then again, Out of War do steal my titles. So, your own team with motorbikes. Card games and motorcycles, that's the team I'm going to make. Friday's games with Elliot was awesome. I had a great time with Elliot on Friday. That was such a fun stream. And I'm definitely going to be doing that again. So, every other Friday, you know? Every Friday nights will alternate between live battle report and live gaming. So, that's the plan. That's why I've called it games night rather than like battle report night. It's games night. So... But yeah, Friday night was really funny with Elliot, and I'm planning on getting another guest on next Friday. So, who? You'll have to wait and see. You'll have to wait and see. So that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for becoming a member. Jay on right at the end. And hopefully I'll see you Wednesday. That's the plan. See you Wednesday to talk about what happens tomorrow. And make sure you follow me on Twitter and Instagram to see me beat Magoo tomorrow morning. Thanks for watching, guys, and catch you next time. Bye!